On this episode, I'm going to show you the best way to cook a classic juicy burger that is perfect every time. Part of the secret is choosing the right ground beef. But I have another secret ingredient that will take your burgers to the next level. When it comes to the ground beef, you want to look for ground chuck and you want to get 80-20, that's 80% lean, 20% fat. That 20% fat is going to keep this burger lovely and juicy as it's cooking with the high heat. I'm going to take some of the meat and I'm just going to gently form a patty. And I don't want to compress it too much, otherwise when you take a bite it'll be quite dense. And now I'm taking my thumb and I'm going to do an indentation in the center. Burgers have a tendency to get a dome with the heat because it cooks from the outside in. To help prevent that, by using our thumb and a small indentation, that will stop the burger from doming. You don't want to salt the inside of the meat. Salt will change the protein structure and that will give you a tight burger. You always want to season the burger after it's been formed on the outside, just as you're about to cook it. You'll notice we're cooking the burgers today in a cast iron skillet. I like to use a cast iron skillet because it conducts the heat so well from edge to edge. But one of the other things I love about cooking the burgers in a skillet is that they cook in their own fat, and that's going to give us much more flavor than what you can get on a grill. Now that it's nice and hot, I'm adding the burger and I'm going to let these cook on the first side. I'm going to season these with some salt and some pepper. The burger is cooking perfectly and it's at a good heat. That 20% fat is going to keep this burger nice and juicy. I like to cook these for about 3 to 5 minutes per side. I'm seasoning the burgers with some salt and pepper, but I'm not going to use too much salt because people can also add salt at the table. So I'm going to pick up the burger with some tongs and get the sides nice and brown. This gives it more of the Maillard reaction, which is basically the proteins and the sugars in the meat caramelizing. That gives it a really yummy, savory taste. And now we're going to add that trick I told you about, the one that's going to take your burger to the next level. 2 slices of unsalted butter. I'm going to place them on top of that burger. And now we're going to top that with a piece of cheese. The residual heat from the burger will help melt the butter. I'm also just going to place a lid on top of the pan for about 30 seconds just to help that cheese start melting. As you look in, you can see how the cheese is melted and the butter is hidden underneath. And what happens now when someone takes a bite, it's going to be so juicy in the center of that burger. I like to use a potato roll. Feel free at home if you want to just use a regular hamburger roll or even a brioche bun. I like to toast the bun because this not only gives it a lovely nuttiness, it also helps give it a little bit of crispiness too. When it comes to assembling the burger, there are so many ingredients you can add: lettuce, tomato, bacon, pickles. It's all about what you want, and the key is to have fun. Look at that beautiful burger. Happy days.